ठीक है, एवरीथिंग इज गुड. होमवर्क किस किसने किया है? हु हैज डन देयर होमवर्क? टेल मी. चलो गुड. ठीक है, सो वी आर टुडे गोइंग टू हैव आवर सेकेंड क्लास ऑफ द कॉस्टिंग सीरीज, है ना. एंड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्लास वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट 10 मोर MCQs. ठीक है, चलो टेल मी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इन द चार्ट सेक्शन कि व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ प्राइम कॉस्ट. सो फर्स्ट लेट्स रिवाइज द कॉन्सेप्ट एज वेल ना टुगेदर. We can do that. That is going to increase your efficiency, isn't it, and effectiveness as well. So tell me everyone, what is the formula of prime cost? Then we are going to move ahead. I can see a lot of messages. Tell me, what is the formula of the prime cost? Okay. Yeah, direct material, direct labor and direct labor and direct expense. Yeah, everyone is correct here. Very good. ठीक है. So you know about our Telegram channel. If you haven't joined this, you should do that because you are going to have updates in this particular channel. And if you are new to the channel, that is YouTube channel, you should subscribe it as well. Now let's talk about the costing part 2, and today we are going to again have 10 more questions in the form of MCQs, and we are going to get into details of that as well. Chalo, so you are going to do your best and you should let me know ki how many marks you are scoring as well. ठीक है, after the end of the session you would let me know in the chat section कि how many marks you are scoring out of 10. ठीक है, चलो, the first question is, everyone ready steady go, है ना, ready steady go. चलो, first question is, dash cost are those which can be eliminated if a particular product or department with which they are directly related is discontinued. So in the question it is asking if the cost is of such a nature that it can be eliminated. What kind of cost is it? Is it unavoidable cost, avoidable cost, replacement cost, imputed, or the none of the above? What should be the answer? Tell me everyone in the chat section. Yeah, I am waiting. You have 20 seconds. Good Shubham, that's good. ठीक है, so the cost which you can eliminate will surely be an avoidable cost, right? It is not going to be unavoidable because it can be eliminated. So the simple definition would be what? The cost which you can avoid or eliminate, it would be avoidable cost. ठीक है, so the answer would be option number B here. ठीक है, question number 2 says cost of production is equal to what? Now we are talking about the cost sheet, and that's why I have asked you a question in the beginning itself कि what is the prime cost. So prime cost is direct labor, direct material and your direct expenses, and this becomes your prime cost. Now after the prime cost, what do we have? We have the works overhead, then it becomes works cost, isn't it? And after this works cost, majority of the time you are going to add your admin overhead related to production, then you are going to have your cost of production. So this is what it is asking कि what should be the cost of production. ठीक है, after the cost of production you have cost of goods sold and you have cost of sales as well. Don't worry, we are going to discuss about that as well. First of all, give me the answer of this question. Okay, so I think here Bhakti is wrong here, or have you given the answer of first question? Just write the answer number as well na, कि question number 2C like this है ना, so that I am not confused कि which answer you are giving for the first or second. Okay, so Dhaval is correct here. Yeah, okay, Biswas is also correct, Mansi is also correct. So answer would be works cost plus administrative overhead related to production. ठीक है, and prime cost is what? Prime cost is your direct labor plus direct material plus direct expense. ठीक है, so everyone is correct here. Good. Now Look at this cost sheet, comprehensive view it is, and look at this very carefully, and we are going to discuss about this as well, don't worry. But the main point here is what? First of all, you need to remember कि direct material which are directly attributable to the finished unit of goods, that are direct material, ठीक है? And then you have important point of direct labor, that is the labor which can be directly attributable to the unit of goods. Then you have the direct expense. So these three are important points, and sum of these three becomes your prime cost. Now you are going to add your factory overheads, whatever overheads you have. Overhead means all the indirect costs. So whatever production overhead you have, the overhead which are related to the factory premise or the production facility, that is going to be your works or factory overhead. So you are going to add prime cost into that. So that becomes your factory cost or the works cost. Though there are these adjustment of opening and closing work in process, but you can, for right now, you can ignore it. Okay? These are important, but not as such important as the factory or works cost. So just have the points in your mind which I am going to tell you. What you need to remember: first of all, direct material, then direct employee, direct expense, it becomes your prime cost. Okay? Then you are going to add the works or factory overhead in that, so it becomes your factory or works cost. Now in this factory or works cost, you are going to add what? Administrative overhead related to the production facility. Now one more thing is very important here, that is you have to add packing cost of the primary category. So packing cost, that is in the category of primary nature, such as like if you are manufacturing the biscuit, so to wrap it you need wrappers now, so that is your primary packing. So it is also going to be included in the cost of production itself. Please remember this, कि cost of production, when we talk about cost of production, so that means whatever is written above the cost of production, they all are part of the cost of production, and whatever is above the prime cost, that all are the part of prime cost. So question can be asked in the IFSCA or in the SEBI that in fact this question has been previously asked about the packing cost, primary packing cost, ki where we are going to include our packing cost, whether we should include it in the cost of production or in the cost of goods sold or in the cost of sale. So question could be like that. So you need to remember ki packing cost that is primary in nature would be included in the cost of production. Now after this cost of production, I have asked you in the previous class to give me the answer ki what we should add in this cost of production to get to the cost of sales, isn't it? So after cost of production, first of all you are going to adjust your finished stock. Finished stock means you are going to add your finished goods and you are going to less your closing stock. Then you will be having your cost of goods sold. This cost of goods sold you also studied in the accounts, isn't it? When you study the trading and profit loss account, when you calculate the gross profit, right? Then also you find this cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold, in the cost of goods sold you are going to adjust first of all finished stock, and after getting the cost of goods sold you are going to add what? Administrative overhead, that is general administrative overhead like salary of the accountant, salary of the employees, right, in the office premise, and rent of the office premise. Then you are going to also add, then you are going to add your marketing overheads or selling overhead and your distribution overhead. Then it becomes your cost of sales. So question would be based on this cost sheet, can be asked in the phase 1 examination, it could be asked. Okay? So you should remember this cost sheet. Okay, let's now move ahead with our third question of the day, that says dash accounting provides information for cost control. So tell me what should be the answer of this question. Dash accounting, which accounting provides? Financial accounting provides information of cost control, or management accounting provides it, or human resource provides it, or the cost accounting provides it, or answer should be E, none of the above. What should be the answer of question number 3rd? Tell me everyone in the chat section. Very easy question. So cost control and the cost reduction is one of the objective of which type of accounting? Everyone. Yeah, that's nice. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Third question, everyone is correct here. Okay. Bhakti, Shubham, Mansi, Atul, Nilesh. That's very good. Chalo. Yeah, Godspeed, Dhaval, everyone is correct here. Very good. So cost control and the your cost reduction are your objectives of cost accounting. So it was very easy question. Yes, it could be asked in the phase one. Yeah, not the phase two type of question, but obviously it can be asked in the phase one. Chalo. Question number 4 says dash is one which can be conveniently identified with and charged to a particular unit of cost. Important question and the basic question as well. So which are the cost, what you call those costs which can be directly attributable to the unit of goods. Okay, so do we call them direct cost, or we call them indirect cost, or we call them overheads, or both B and C, or we can call it none of the above? Tell me what should be the answer of fourth question. Yeah, that's very good. So it is very easy. Now suppose I'm going to manufacture this pen. So the plastic material I'm going to use to manufacture this pen is going to be our direct cost. Why? Because for a single unit of good, for a single unit of pen, I can identify, I can attribute which is the quantity of plastic I'm going to use to manufacture this pen. So this is what your direct cost is. Okay, easy enough. So everyone is correct here. Yeah, Anjali, Bhakti, Shubham, Godspeed, Prati. Okay, everyone. I'm not going to take each and everyone's name, but obviously you understand that everyone is correct. Okay, that's very good. Okay, chalo. So it is a direct cost. And what is indirect cost? Which can't be directly attributable to the unit of goods. Please remember this point. Whatever I'm saying, listen to me very carefully. I'm saying unit of good, huh? Each unit of good. That's the keyword here. Okay? Chalo. Very nice. Now question number 5 says fixed cost per unit dash with rise in output and dash with fall in output. Tell me what should be the answer here. And nobody should be wrong here, huh? Because we have already done this in detail in the previous class. What should be the answer of fifth question? Fixed cost per unit dash increases with a rise in output or decreases with a rise in output. Fixed cost per unit, okay? Everyone, I'm waiting for everyone. Okay, so I have started to get the answers. You have exactly 20 seconds now. Yeah, that's good. Okay, only one is incorrect here and rest of you are correct. Very good. See, those who are saying remains constant, they are wrong. Why? Because right now we are talking about fixed cost per unit. But most of you are correct. Very nice. Ki fixed cost per unit is going to vary with the output. Why? Suppose, let's take the example. Suppose I am paying a factory rent. I am manufacturing this pen and I am paying the rent of 10,000 per month. Okay? Just an hypothetical example. And suppose we have to allocate this fixed cost. Though this is not a direct cost, but let's take for this. Let's take this for the example. So it is saying fixed cost per unit. Okay? So 10,000 per month you have the cost. And now suppose you are making 10,000 units. Okay? So fixed cost per unit would be how much? 1 rupees. It would be 1 rupees per unit fixed cost. Now suppose I am going to make 20,000 units. So now my fixed cost per unit would be 0.5 rupees, isn't it? Because units are increased. When I divide this 10,000 by 20,000, I will get 0.5 rupees per unit. So with the rise in output, my fixed cost per unit is decreasing. Okay? My fixed cost per unit is decreasing. It is not asking you about the total fixed cost. Total fixed cost is going to remain constant, but fixed cost per unit is going to decrease. Similarly, suppose I am going to make only 5,000 units. So now my fixed cost per unit would become 2 rupees. So it is going to increase with fall in output. So correct option would be option number B, and I am really glad to see that most of you are correct here. Okay? Chalo. Now let's talk about the question number 6th. So we have standard cost is what? Important question. So this question is important because a kind of tricky question. So let's focus on the question. Standard cost is what? You would be confused between two options, I know. So the first option is budgeted cost, second option is actual cost, C option is predetermined cost, and D is natural cost, and E is none of the above. Tell me the answer of sixth question, everyone. Yeah, Shubham is right. Okay. Okay. I don't have to tell ki who is right now because everyone would know then. Okay. I'm not going to tell now ki who is right, who is wrong. Okay. Chalo, theek hai. Very nice. So standard cost is different from the budgeted cost, and I am going to give you example as well. It is not the budgeted cost, obviously it is not the actual cost, it is the predetermined cost. So you might be confused between the budgeted cost and the predetermined cost, hai na? But I am going to give you an example for this as well. Suppose in the budget process, management has made a budget in which they identified that we are going to manufacture 1000 unit of goods, okay? And our budgeted cost, total cost would be 1 lakh rupees. So this is your budgeted cost. This is your budgeted cost. Now, suppose in the actual scenario, what is going to happen? Let's suppose कि only 500 units are produced. Listen to me very carefully. Huh? The difference between budgeted cost and the standard cost is important from the numerical point of view as well. So suppose you are making only 500 units. We are making, let's suppose, 500 units. Now for this 500 units, the standard cost would be 50,000 rupees. Because per unit cost is how much? 10 rupees. Now per unit cost is 10 rupees. So now for this actual production units, whatever cost, whatever standard cost, whatever budgeted cost you can say is there, it is called standard cost. But budgeted cost is your 1 lakh rupees. On the other hand, your standard cost for actual output is only what? 50,000 rupees. So this is the difference between budgeted cost and the standard cost. Everyone is clear about that, you know? Chalo, very nice. Let's move ahead with the seventh question of the day. This says dash are the cost which have been applied against revenue of a particular accounting period. So what do we call those costs which have been applied against the revenue for a particular accounting period? So it is a kind of related thing with the matching concept of the accountancy concept, hai na? So tell me what should be the answer. Which are the cost? What do we call the cost which have been applied against the revenue of a particular accounting period? Do we call it income? Do we call it cost? Or do we call it profit or expenses? Tell me everyone that's in the chat section. Yeah, very good, chalo. This is very good, chalo. Everyone is correct here, and there are a lot of candidates here, and everyone is correct. Okay, okay. So this question in the easy category, hai na? This question I would include this in the easy category. Don't be overconfident, huh? Okay, chalo. Good. So the cost, we call it expense. Option number D is the correct answer here. Okay, tell me the answer of this question. This is not in the easy category, but this is important. And I would categorize I would categorize this question in the moderate category. Tell me the answer of eighth question, everyone. Dash is the smallest segment of activity or area or responsibility. Remember the keyword here, responsibility. Smallest segment of the responsibility for which costs are accumulated. Huh? Remember this thing. This is also the keyword, accumulated, not allocated, not apportioned. You are accumulating the cost. Remember the keywords here. So you might be confused here. Let me see. Let me check now who are right here. ठीक है, I have given you hint as well कि accumulation, the keyword is accumulation. In which department or segment you are accumulating the cost? What do we call it? Do we call it cost object? Do we call it cost center or cost driver, cost unit, or the cost accounting? What kind of option is this? Cost accounting. So E can be eliminated easily, right? Okay. Let me check. So I know everyone would be wrong here. Yeah. See? I knew. I have given you hint as well. You are confused because you are looking at this particular keyword, that is smallest segment, and you are not paying your attention here in the accumulated part. I have told you na ki where the costs are getting accumulated. In the cost unit, you accumulate the cost. Do you really accumulate the cost? Different costs you accumulated. Tell me everyone now, what should be the answer? Okay, I am going to eliminate this cost unit, huh? Chalo, now tell me. What should be the answer? Two options are eliminated. Now tell me what should be the answer. Yeah, now everyone is correct. Good. Chalo. So the answer should be cost center, because costs are getting accumulated. The smallest segment or smallest segment of the any activities or area or responsibility centers. So like we have the marketing department, isn't it? So marketing responsibility is given to the department, to a particular department. So you are accumulating all the costs related to the marketing in a particular department. That department we call it cost center, isn't it? Chalo, let's briefly understand the difference between cost object, cost center, cost driver, cost unit as well, so that you have a clarity on this. Chalo. I'll give the example. Suppose we are manufacturing this pen. What is the cost object here? Cost object is identified with the keyword what. So what we are manufacturing, what we are costing, pen. So your cost object is pen only. Cost object is pen. Okay? Cost object is clear. Cost object is identified with the keyword of what. So cost object is pen. Now, what is this cost unit? Cost unit means key for how much quantity. So it would be identified with this keyword, how much. For how much quantity you are basically identifying your cost. So it would be per pen. Per pen means for single pen. So your cost unit is single pen, or it might be 1 dozen as well. Okay? But let's assume the simplest example. So it would be per pen. So that's the difference between cost object and cost unit. Most of the candidates are confused between cost object and cost unit. So now you are clear na ki when we talk about what, we call it cost object. When we talk about how much, that is per pen. And in the case of milk, per liter would be the unit. What would be the unit? If you are from the science background, you would know this, na? Per liter. So per liter is your cost unit, but your milk is your actual cost object. So now all of you, we have approximately 30 candidates here. So all of you are clear about this thing ki, what is the difference between cost object and the cost unit. Now let's talk about the cost driver, because you know what is the cost center? It is basically the segment of activities or areas or responsibility. Like you have the departments in the companies, like marketing department, accounting department you can say, or manufacturing department, production department you can say. So that is easy. Now let's talk about the driver part. Suppose again we are taking the example of this particular pen. So what will be the cost driver? Cost drivers are those factors that is going to increase, or for that purpose we can say that is going to decrease or increase the cost of this pen. So that would be what? Plastic, isn't it? Plastic. So cost drivers are those factors which are going to increase or decrease the cost of the objects. So cost driver is, in our case, is what? Plastic. Now all of you are clear कि what is the difference between cost object, cost center, cost driver, cost unit. ठीक है? And no one would be incorrect in the actual examination कि what is the difference between these 4 things. ठीक है? Everyone is clear. चलो, let's move ahead. The answer, we already talked about the answer na, cost center. Chalo. Now let's talk about the question number 9. It says reordering level. So what is the formula of the reordering level? Tell me what should be the answer of reordering level. Everyone. And till then, till you give me the answer in the chat section, I would give you the concept of reordering level. Suppose we have the inventory lying in our warehouse, hai na? Suppose we have the inventory lying in our warehouse. So now, suppose we are selling this pen and we have some pen existing. We have some inventories of pen in our warehouse. Now we are selling it on a daily basis. So reordering level is that level at which we are going to reorder our stocks. At which we are going to reorder our pens from the supplier of this pen. Suppose we are having this much inventory, ठीक है? Now reorder level is this level of inventory. Key, what would you have in the inventories as your spares, as your spare inventory? ठीक है, so that your inventories are not very less. While you are selling it, you are not deficient in your inventories, है ना? So what is the level here at which you are going to reorder, your pens? Suppose you are doing trading activities of pen, है ना? You are just purchasing it and you are selling it. So this is the level of reorder. So tell me what should be the answer of reorder level. Let me see who are correct here. Okay, that's very good. Even the answer of ninth question, 4 or 5 people are correct here. That's very good. Okay, so for others, let me discuss this thing with you. Conceptually, we are going to understand it, and if you understand this thing, you don't have to remember it and you don't have to cram it, basically. Okay? So this is the reorder level, the level at which you are going to refill your inventory. The level at which you are going to refill your inventories, है ना? So suppose per day you are selling per day. On a per day basis, maximum selling you have for this pen is 10 units. Okay, and your reorder period, what is reorder period? In how many days this refilling of inventory would be done? In how many days supplier is going to deliver you these pens? So this is your reorder period. Suppose your maximum reorder period is, let's suppose 20 days. ठीक है. So 20 days is your maximum reorder period and 10 units is your maximum consumption per day, ठीक है? Or you can say maximum trading per day, or in the case of manufacturing entity you can say maximum consumption. So this is your maximum consumption per day and this is the time, maximum time they are taking, supplier is taking to deliver you the raw material or the goods, ठीक है? So when you are going to multiply it, so that is your 200 units. These 200 units you are going to save in your warehouse. When your inventory reaches 200 units, you are going to ask for more inventories from your suppliers. Why? Because if you don't do that, your inventories would be depleted. You won't be able to meet the demands of the customers, isn't it? ठीक है? So that's the reason why you are doing maximum consumption per day and the maximum reorder period per day. ठीक है? So option number D is correct here and everyone is right here. चलो, what is the minimum stock level? This is something similar to this reordering level. Let me make you understand first of all what is minimum stock level and also what is maximum stock level. So this was your reordering level. This was your reordering level, suppose. ठीक है? Now you have reordered the raw materials or the goods, ठीक है? So you have something already in your warehouse and you have consumed it till you have received the new batches of the supplies. You have consumed something, isn't it? But now your reordering level, your reordering quantity has arrived, ठीक है? Now your reordering quantity has now arrived. So you are going to add your reordering quantity into your existing inventory. That becomes your maximum stock level. Similarly, what would be the minimum stock level? What would be the minimum stock level? Your reorder level minus your consumption, ठीक है? So let me check in the chat section who are correct here. This is something okay for this question as well. Few are correct. Very nice. Okay, so this you have to remember a certain point here. You might say, sir, when you are trying to find the minimum stock level, you should do what? You should basically minus from the reordering level. You should minus your maximum consumption and the maximum reorder period. है ना? You would say this to me, sir, you should take maximum consumption and the maximum reorder period to calculate the minimum stock level. But when you do that, it becomes 0. That's why you are not going to do that. So in this we assume, in this particular formula, we assume that how do you find this minimum stock level? You are going to find it by deducting this normal consumption into normal reorder period. Please remember this thing. Ki you know ki you have to deduct something from the reordering level. That you know. Ki you have to deduct something from the reordering level. Hai na? But please remember in this particular formula, minimum stock level, you are not going to deduct the maximum consumption into maximum reorder period. You are going to deduct normal consumption into normal reorder period. Okay? So the answer of this particular question is option number D itself, which we have discussed. Okay? So everyone is clear about the maximum stock level and the minimum stock level now? Tell me in the chat section, everyone. I want everyone to answer me. Ki everyone is clear about the formula of this reordering level and as well as about the minimum stock level. Yeah. Chalo. Okay? So option number D is your correct answer. Have you got this? Have you got the understanding or not? Ki how we are going to calculate reorder level? The fundamentals. You don't have to cram everything. Huh? You need to mug up least possible things. You have to cram the least possible things. Okay. Okay. Everyone is clear. Okay. Very good. Nice. Very nice. Chalo. Chalo. Okay. Let's talk about the. Okay. Questions are finished. Okay, so this is your homework question, and first of all you need to give me the score. You need to give me the score out of 10, how much marks you have got in the chat section. Okay, and this is the homework question. I have also included the homework question for you, and this is the important question. Huh? Listen to me very carefully. Question says, carton used for delivering the goods. Carton used for delivering the goods to the buyer. Suppose we are exporting something to the foreign country, so we use cartons now. Big cartons where we pack our materials, where we pack our goods, isn't it? So where we are going to include it? Are we going to include it in the cost of production or cost of goods sold, cost of sale or works cost? Tell me in the chat section itself, and those who are going to watch it in the recorded format, they have to give me answer in the comment section. Chalo, in the comment section after this session is over. Tell me, whoever is watching it online, can you answer me this question? Carton used for delivering the goods to the buyer would be included in what? Is it included in cost of production, cost of goods? Okay, Asutosh, very nice. Good, good, very good. And everyone. Chalo, that's good, and I'm really happy to see this. Good, very good. No, Dhaval, it would not be included in cost of production. Carton used for delivering the goods, final goods. I am talking about final goods, not the material delivering. We are not receiving something. See, this is the confusion I was talking about. Okay, let me explain this thing. If we are the manufacturing firm, or suppose we are the trading firms. Now, listen to me very carefully. If we are the trading firm, okay? If we are receiving goods from the supplier, okay, then it would be included in the cost of production. That is good. Or you can say we are receiving the raw materials. When we are receiving the raw materials, then it would be included in the cost of production. But the question says carton used for delivering the goods to the buyer, to our buyer. So when you understand accounts or costing, you consider yourself the firm or company. So you are delivering the goods to your buyers, okay? To the buyer of your goods. So you are basically considered this customer. So you are selling something to the customer, na? So you are selling something to the customer. So it would be included in what? Now you know. Everyone, tell me. Dhaval, are you clear about this? Ki why we are not considering it in the cost of production, and where we are going to include it? Yeah, chalo. And everyone who is going, I'm not giving you the answer here. Why? Because I want everyone to comment in the after the session is over. Na, you have to comment this thing, and plus you have to comment your score out of 10, excluding this homework section. Excluding this homework, you have to comment ki how many marks you have got out of 10 questions. Okay, chalo. Okay, let me end this session now. Thank you everyone, and we are going to meet in tomorrow's session. Okay, chalo. In the comment section after this session is over, you have to comment down ki how many marks you are getting plus what is the answer of this particular question. Chalo, I'm ending this session right now.